Hi folks, I'm really enjoying these acrylic wet in wet paintings. I'm still learning the possibilities with it. It's great for wet in wet. I seem to be well, quite happy with this. I've kept my paints moist overnight by putting shrink wrap over it and then putting a little ball over it just to keep it airtight. All this will scrub off. Right, so I haven't a clue what I'm going to paint. I'm just going to wet the paper. This is Saunders Waterford, £90 cold pressed. A lovely, lovely, lovely paper. It's only £90 weight, £90 weight. This weight is a bit confusing to beginners, but it means the weight of 500 sheets of imperial size. That's 4 times the size of this 15 by 11 inch piece of paper. It's a weight of 500 sheets of full imperial, which is about 31, 32 inches by 20, something like that. Okay, now we'll just put in a bit of a background sky, so let's use a bit of burnt sienna. Well, I've been doing snow scenes, so I don't see why I should change now for a while. It's still in autumn, but paint winter in the summer, autumn in the spring. We have free agents, aren't we? So this is a bit of pains, bit of ultramarine, touch of cad red. I quite like that. Get lovely effects with the way the paint spreads on the paper. It's a little bit heavier under here. Okay, I'm not going to do any more of that. My next step will be clean the palette a little bit. Bit of cloth. Right, use a small rake, pull the hairs out, or maybe that's the better one. When they start to shed their hairs, just grab hold of them and pull them out. Now, a bit of Payne's grey, a bit of ultramarine. Oh, those hairs. It's all very simple stuff, this. Just putting in a bit of background. Bit of water there, I think. just flood in some darker stuff. Just ultramarine and burnt sienna. Oh, it's burnt sienna, sorry. Payne's grey and ultramarine. Bit of a pond there. Don't know what will happen to it when it dries off a bit. But just adding a little bit more depth to these background trees, and we can put some warmer colours in there when that dries, or when we dry it. So, get a card. Where's my favourite card? Ah, there it is. Just a bit of plastic, cut in two. Now I'm going to a bit harder edge, put in over that, just some just a few lonesome pines. Who remembers the song? Laurel and Hardy, Stan Laurel, wonderful. No, I think it was the fat one. Had the great voice. God, they were good. So I love watching all those old films of Laurel and Hardy. The piano going up the steps, stone steps, are just scintillating. Really funny now. Just a sort of an impression. It's all about creating the illusion of detail, that there's something there which you just state as just a mark, and let the viewer decide exactly what it is. Although it should be obvious, but I'll put some streaks of white on some of this when it's dry. Very delicate. Don't touch the paper too hard with your brush to release all the water. I have a real problem with the internet at the moment. I don't know why. I've got a full signal on my laptop. I'm listening to the radio, but it might be the broadcaster, because I've got a full signal. I haven't tried anything else. I like to listen to the radio while I'm doing all this. Right, I'm going to dry that. I think that's the sky's come out quite well. I don't want the sky to compete. The sky's just going off the paper, so I can put in a little bit of warmer stuff in the. Oh dear, oh dear. I know what I'm going to do. Come out of that. And put on a blog or a podcast. See what happens. Something wrong with the internet. It's a bit, I'm sort of quite away from the router, but usually it's okay. Oh, well, never mind. I have to talk to you, won't I? So there's a bit of burst yellow, a bit of red, a bit of yellow. That's a bit of this, bit of that. Oops. No, nothing wrong with that. Bit of green. I think yellow might be. No, it's all right. Try a bit of autumny colours, or winter colours. You still get a lot of greens in winter landscapes. There's a lot of ivy and some deciduous trees that are green. Yeah, that's a nice bit of green here. I might be overdoing this. But I can put some snowy bits on over this when it's dry. Fill that hole there. Right, okay, there's quite a bit of colour in there. I'm going to put in some pure white over some of that, or whitey with just a touch of paint, palette grey. Keep your brushes very clean, and don't forget to drink your tea. Oh, I want to dry this. Well, what I do is get some bit of dark across there. I might put some colour on that, but I want to dry it now because I've gone as far as I want to do. Now, if there's some bits that you don't like, you can go over them with your hake. That's all sort of bled down there, so we can put some. Let's have a bit of this. Now we've got some warmer colours on top of that. Bit of green. Bit of burnt sienna. a nice bush here. Cover that bit up. Now I can put a bit of snow on top of that. Right, okay, let's get a bit of this internet is typing around the bend. Just mixing the colours just to get a variety. Oh, not that. Don't like that. A bit of green. Okay. Now let's get a bit of bushes, well, a few pines up there, I think. Now, I'm making this up as I'm going along, but it's based on experience and having done lots of it in the past. Someone paid me the compliment of saying I've marvellous talent, but I haven't. I didn't start off with any talent. Talent came later if I got any, but I think that it's easy to confuse talent with the ability learnt over many years of creating the illusion of detail. It doesn't come when you start painting. All your painting is naive, for many people anyway, and it certainly was for me. But with the passage of time and studying, practice, not quitting when you can't do it, you develop a sort of a shorthand to be able to show a lot with a little. Oh, it's got a bit of blue on that white. Sorry, my headphones are anyway. Look, just adding these little bits of stuff. There's a bit of snowfall. all delicate. Now, I've never done this before, not in any meaningful way. Yeah, folks, a great story. 6 hijackers hijacked a tanker off the Isle of Wight. That's that lovely island on the south, in the Solent, near Portsmouth and Southampton. Fantastic. A special boat. Men went in. Nobody hurt. But no doubt the lefty lawyers will be making some money out of this. Just separate that, bit of light and dark. There's a little bit of blue in the white, but it's opaque, remember. We've done the watercolour bit. Alright, let's get a bit of the shadow now. Bit of blue, bit of good bit of shape to this. Oh, it's a bit strong, that. This is all transparent. Right, now we've got all this the pond here. We need. It always seems to be black, but probably because of the contrast with the snow. So let's just get that in. Right, let's put a bit of that dark green in there. That's disappeared there. So we've got dark there. We don't want to put dark underneath it. We need to separate the background there. So we'll try and do that with the. Oh, this internet is terrible. Right, I'm going to get some darker bracken sort of stuff in some of that here. Right, okay, now I'm going to dry that because I want to put a bit of stipple in now. It's sort of coming to life. Not really sure about that. I went up a bit high with this, so I'm just trying to justify. So I've got this Frank Clark's small to put some snow on there. A touch of blue is a good idea. Makes a great stipple brush, doesn't it? Okay. Clean the brush. Bit of blue. And a bit of bluey snow in there. Now I put a bit of still a touch of blue, ultramarine, that's a bit of Payne's grey. So after a heavy snowfall, I'm just having fun with this. I think I need a darker edge to that pond. Ooh, I hope my head's not out of the way. A bit better. a bit of highlight on the snow. Bit hard, that. Just some light catching the snow on the ground here. Overdone that bit, I'll probably obliterate that. No, I don't think I can do much more. So that, other than a few strokes of the rigger. Just a few flicks and flourishes with the rigger. Now I reckon a couple of bites. Okay, sign it. Put in a mount. Right, there you are. It's all smoke and mirrors, really. They're just little suggestions here, there, everywhere. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work. But being acrylic, you can just go with a strike, or just try it, and then just carry on. I'm really enjoying this, and I've got to thank Alan Owen for pushing me into it. My old mate. We've been friends, Alan and I, for about 5 years. We spent a lot of time on the phone together. Our work is totally different from each other's. Although we've sort of followed Edward Seago and Ted Wesson. And I met Ted Wesson. Alan's always going on about him. I'll just raise it up. Oh no, I'll just zoom out. Alan is a great lover of Ted Wesson and has got his own style. But I love Ted Wesson as well, but we both make totally different things. But it's good to be inspired by other people. Copy is how you learn. as long as you attribute the copy to the artist and not to yourself. Right, I'm quite pleased with that. I'll get it uploaded and we'll share it with my YouTube friends. I've got about 80 paintings on Etsy. It's got a bit quiet lately, probably because of lockdown and so many people are worried about their jobs. And I've got a Patreon channel that's we could do with a bit of funding. I need to buy a lot of watercolour paper. This is what I'm using, just ordinary watercolour paper. Anyway, thanks for looking in, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.